Billy loved video games. He lived for the glow of the screen, the thrill of the joystick. Days blurred into nights as he conquered digital worlds. School, friends, even family all took a back seat to his digital conquests. One Tuesday night, Billy was battling pixelated monsters. His fingers flew across the keyboard. Victory was close. He could taste it. Then he heard it. A whisper, faint but chilling. It seemed to come from behind him. "Beware," it hissed. Billy spun around, heart pounding. No one there, just his action figures staring blankly with painted eyes. He tried to shake it off. Must be the wind, he thought, or the house settling. But the whispers continued, growing louder with each passing moment. "He's coming," they warned. "He's coming for you." Fear coiled in Billy's stomach. He glanced nervously at his bedroom door, half expecting it to fly open. Suddenly, something slammed against the wall behind him. He whirled around, knocking his chair over with a loud crash. There, in the corner, a figure materialized. Tall, skeletal, with glowing red eyes that burned into Billy's soul. He screamed, a primal scream that ripped through the night. His parents rushed in, faces etched with concern. "Billy, what's wrong?" his mother cried, rushing to his side. He pointed a trembling finger at the corner. "There! The figure! It spoke to me!" But the corner was empty. His father scanned the room, his brow furrowed. "There's no one here, son," he said, his voice laced with worry. "It was just a bad dream." Billy knew they didn't believe him. He could see it in their eyes, the doubt, the dismissal. Night after night, the whispers continued. The figure returned, growing more menacing each time. Billy's pleas for help fell on deaf ears. His family thought he was having nightmares, his imagination running wild. But Billy knew the truth. Something evil had latched onto him, and it wasn't letting go. One night, Billy's older brother, Michael, decided to investigate the strange noises coming from Billy's room. He crept down the hallway, pressing his ear against the door. What he heard chilled him to the bone. It was the whispering, a chorus of voices muttering about doom and darkness. Then he saw it, the figure. It hovered over Billy's bed, its skeletal fingers reaching for his throat. Michael burst into the room, yelling at the top of his lungs. The figure turned its fiery gaze on him, and for a moment Michael swore he saw recognition in those glowing eyes. Then, as quickly as it appeared, the figure vanished. Michael grabbed Billy's arm. "You have to run," he hissed, his voice shaking. "Run and don't look back." But Billy was frozen, paralyzed by fear. He wanted to run, but his body refused to obey. The figure lunged. Billy screamed as he felt a searing pain in his head, like a hot poker being driven into his skull. Then, everything went black. When he woke up, he was in a strange, sterile room. People in white coats spoke to him in hushed tones, their eyes filled with pity. Billy had no memory of the past few days. He didn't remember the figure, the whispers, or his brother's warning. He didn't remember anything, but he could feel it. A presence, lurking in the shadows of his mind, watching, waiting. The doctors called it a psychotic break, brought on by stress and too much time spent in front of a screen. They said he needed help, that he wasn't well. Billy wanted to argue, to tell them about the figure and the whispers, but the words wouldn't come. He was trapped, a prisoner in his own mind. Years passed. Billy underwent countless therapies, swallowed a cocktail of pills, all designed to banish the demons that haunted him. Slowly, painfully, he began to heal. The whispers faded, replaced by the sounds of the real world. The figure retreated to the darkest recesses of his mind, its grip on him weakening with each passing day. Eventually, Billy was deemed well enough to leave the asylum. He returned to a world that had moved on without him, a world where his family had learned to live with the memory of what had happened. He got a job, found a small apartment, and tried to rebuild his life, but some scars run too deep. Billy knew he would never be the same. The darkness still lingered at the edge of his vision, a constant reminder of the terror he had endured. And in the dead of night, when the world was quiet, he could still hear the whispers, faint and far away, but always there. A chilling reminder that some games are best left unplayed.